Glow Kids, we'll be getting started very soon. I just want you to know that we love and miss you so much. Thank you so much for commenting, for sharing, for liking our posts on Facebook or watching on YouTube. We miss you so much. I want everybody to stand up, stretch it out, stretch this way, okay? Stretch this way, this way, this way. All right, so you're all warmed up and you're ready for worship. Let's worship together. Hey kids, and welcome back to week 2 of I Know It Sounds Crazy, but it's true. We started this last week and we had a really fun lesson about Josiah, but this week I'm excited to learn about this crazy story with you guys. But before we get started, I have a question. How many of you have a brother or a sister? You can raise your hand. I see that hand. So if you have a brother or sister, I have another question for you. How many of you have had your brother or sister do something that really made you mad? I mean, it made you really mad. All right, raise your hand. Okay, so here's another tough question. How many of you, after your brother or sister did that thing, you found it really hard to forgive them? Right? All the hands are up. I was the same way. I had a brother, and there were times where it was really hard for me to forgive him. So, of course, it's difficult for us to forgive someone, even if they're in our family. And when they hurt us or they do us wrong, it's hard to forgive them. So today we're going to learn about a crazy story in the Bible with a family, about a family fight today, where a brother and another brother, they had a hard time forgiving each other. But first we need to check in with Josh, and I want you guys to watch this intro video with me.
Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of I Know It Sounds Crazy, but It's True. I'm Josh, and my friends and I, howdy do.
I'm so excited!
Excellent. You people make my brain hurt.
I couldn't look at it.
You stay away from my brain, creepo. Guys, focus.
Excuse me.
We're here to talk about some of the weirdest, wackiest, and strangest stories of the entire Bible. And today, we're talking about two brothers. Jacob and Esau. Now, Jacob and Esau had a dad who was blind. He couldn't see at all. And Jacob and Esau knew that when their dad passed away, Esau was going to get a special blessing. Jacob was jealous of his brother. I mean,
Big time.
and so Jacob was going to trick their dad to give him the blessing instead of his brother. And how exactly is he going to do that? Esau was a really hairy guy. Kind of like Bigfoot.
What are you looking at?
Or Chewbacca. Disturbing. So Jacob got help from his mom.
Hello?
And covered himself with animal fur. To trick their dad into thinking he was his hairy brother. Here we have Jacob sporting the latest animal fur fashion, looking just like his brother Esau, and not at all like some weird hairy lady. Talk about nuts!
How silly! That'll never work!
Well, it did work.
Never mind.
Esau found out and he was furious. And Jacob had to run for his life.
Be right back. Gotta run for my life!
But where's Jacob gonna go?
I don't know!
What's he gonna do?
I just said I don't know!
And can I look at his brain? No. You're gonna find out what happens next in today's lesson. Professor?
Hello.
Hit the button. Okie dokie.
So these brothers had a really crazy situation going on. Can you imagine putting on camel hair to convince your blind dad that you were actually your hairy twin brother? Gross. That's crazy to me. And it's clear that things are not really going well for these brothers. So we got to figure out what's going to happen. Are they going to forgive one another, or are they going to stay angry forever? So you're going to learn all about the importance of forgiving those who hurt and betray you in our lesson today. Even when it's your family, that forgiveness can still be really hard. So we're going to learn how to end these family fights the right way. But right now we're going to check in with Disco Dave, and he's going to teach us what you got to know.
What you gotta know, what you gotta know. What you gotta know.
What's happening, you crazy cats? It's me, Disco Dave, and I'm here to tell you what you gotta know. Today, we're learning the importance of resolving conflict with others. So today, every time somebody asks you what you gotta know, you tell them, no matter how you've done me wrong, I know we can get along. Sometimes, folks just don't get along, even in church. I'm mad at you. You don't think my hair is funky fresh. You're right. I think it's out of sight. Like, get that thing out of sight. Why I order? That's not how we handle things at all. We gotta handle things with love. We gotta handle them the Bible way. So today, every time somebody asks you what you gotta know, you tell them, no matter how you've done me wrong, I know we can get along. That right there is what you gotta know. I'm Disco Dave saying, Dynamite! Out of sight! What you gotta know?
All right, guys, everybody stand up. This is game time. We're gonna play this game together. It doesn't matter how crazy we look because we're home and there's no one that's gonna judge us besides our family. Everybody stand up. Kids, if you see a parent or anybody in your house that's not standing, that is able to stand, go help them stand up. Gather as a group in your living room or wherever you're watching because we're about to play a Glow Kids favorite. That's right, we're playing Freeze Dance. So everybody gather together, all right? The music's gonna start soon. Work on your dance moves, okay? You ready? On your mark, get set, go. Did you freeze? If you're still moving when the music was playing or when the music stopped, then you're out. Family members, help each other out. All right, round 2, play. If you were moving when the music stopped, you're out. Round 3, play. I think I'm out that round because I did not hear the music stop. I was way too into it. All right, we're gonna do a final quick rapid speed round. So if you move when the music stops, you're out, okay? You ready? On your mark, get set, go. All right, guys, I really hope you enjoyed watching my perfect, amazing dance moves. Next, we're going into our Bible story. All right, guys, so it's Bible story time. Today, we're going to learn about and we're going to look at these 2 brothers named Jacob and Esau. They were twins, and Esau was the first one born. So according to tradition back then, he was supposed to receive his father's blessing and get all of his father's possessions when he died. So his brother Jacob, he did a really wicked thing to him. Jacob tried to trick his father into blessing him instead of Esau. And that meant that Jacob stole Esau's birthright from him. Esau got even more than just upset. He threatened to kill Jacob. So Jacob took all of his things and ran for his life. Years and years went by, and the brothers never talked or saw each other. After many years of running from his brother, Jacob decided that he wanted to apologize to Esau. Jacob heard that Esau and his family, they were close by. So Jacob sent messengers to Esau and told him that he wanted to make up for what he did. He offered gifts and animals and other things in order to let Esau know that he was serious. He really wanted to apologize. Well, when Esau saw all of these gifts, he was really surprised. After years and years and not talking to your brother, not seeing your brother, and then he sends you all these gifts, I would be surprised too. So Esau was very surprised. Jacob was excited when his servants arrived back at his camp, but the servants came with some startling news. The servants told Jacob that Esau is on his way with 400 men. So just imagine you got into a fight with your brother or sister and you want to make up, and they say they're bringing 400 men. I would run. I would have ran again. So when Jacob heard this news, he was absolutely terrified. Was Esau coming to kill him? That's what I would have thought. Was he coming to make Jacob pay for what he had done many years ago? There was only one thing that Jacob could do, and that was pray. So that's what he did. He got on his knees and prayed to God. Please rescue me from Esau, for he's surely coming to kill me. Jacob knew that he needed God to help end this family fight. So the next day, Esau arrived at Jacob's camp, and Jacob ran out to meet Esau. Jacob kept a humble attitude and went to his brother Esau by bowing down before him like a servant. Esau grabbed Jacob and pulled him close and hugged him. He forgave his brother Jacob for all the things that he had done. So today we're going to learn all about how you can forgive others when they hurt us, even when it's family.
Ooh, a little sweet and some salt. A little sweet. Oh, hey boys and girls, it's me, Teriyaki, and I was just cooking up something tasty for my restaurant. Nice Rice. It's a 5-star fine dining establishment that's famous for, you guessed it, my rice. Hard to mess that up. Now today I'm also cooking up a very special power verse. The trouble is, I'm famous for getting things mixed up. Eggs aren't the only thing I scramble. I mix up the ingredients, the names of our dishes, and even the power verse. So I'm gonna need your help unscrambling the whole thing today. So let's look at it together. Do all that everyone can to live in peace with Romans. U 12:18. Yes, this is not right. Very wrong, very mixed up. Kinda reminds me of the time I tried to make pizza but forgot the crust. Ooh, what a mess. Boys and girls, I'm gonna need your help getting this one unscrambled. Let's look at it together. Do all that everyone can. That sounds odd. Let's move everyone to the side. To live in peace with Romans. Wait a second. We shouldn't just live in peace with Romans. We should live in peace with everyone. Oh yes, everyone. Where does it say this verse is found? U 12:18? That's definitely not right. Where do you think it's found? Oh, Romans! Which means the word you can only go in one place. Yes, that's it. I think we have it. Now, stand with me and say it loud on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Do all that you can to live in peace with everyone. Romans 12:18. That's a great power verse. Now, let's make sure we really know it so when we need to remember it later, it's not all mixed up in our brains. Stand up and say it loud on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Do all that you can to live in peace with everyone. Romans 12:18. Great job, boys and girls. Now, I've got to get back to making this lasagna. Or was it lasagna? Get it? Lasagna, lasagna, okay, the customers are waiting. So until next time, this is Teriyaki saying, ladles up.
There in the valley, I have all that I need. When fear is surrounding, your love guarding me. Goodness and mercy have never forsaken me. Oh, you've gone before me, you've scattered my enemies. I will rest in the hope of your promise. You are good and your love, it will never change.
Today we're going to learn about what happens when families fight. When we've hurt another member of our family, it's important that we apologize. But it's also equally important that when a member of our family hurts us, that we're willing to forgive them. Being hurt is a part of life and things happen. It happens at school, we get hurt at church, and so much more. And fights are almost unavoidable in families and in friendships. Things happen and we get hurt and we get into these fights and arguments. But what should we do when those things happen? Should we let the fight go on and get worse and continue? Should we apologize? We're going to take a look at these two brothers from the Bible, and we're going to learn today some important lessons about family fights. The first lesson is to make the first move. Do you remember what happened when Jacob learned that Esau was close by? He sent some of his servants to go visit Esau and offer some gifts. He didn't wait for Esau to come to him. He was the one who had done wrong. So he made the first move. And that's our first lesson for today, is make the first move. If you're in a conflict with someone, especially if you're the one who did wrong, it's your responsibility to make that first move. If you wait on the other person to come to you, then the conflict may never be over. When your sister makes you mad, you go to her and you tell her you forgive her. When your friend is upset at you for making fun of him, you go to him and you tell him that you're sorry. Make the first move. That's what Jacob did, and that's what we should do too. So don't wait for the other person to come to you. Go to them, even if it's not your fault, and especially if it is your fault. Next, we need to ask God for help. It's not always easy to make the first move, and sometimes we need to ask God for help in that. That's what Jacob did. When he heard that his brother was coming and he was going to meet him, he got down on his knees and he prayed to God. Remember what he said? He said, God, I'm frightened. In fact, I'm scared to death that Esau is going to kill me and my family. God, please help me. When we've hurt someone, making the first move and talking to the person for a long time is pretty scary. We need to ask God for help. God will always help us have the courage, the strength, and the forgiveness we need to make things right. The next thing we need to do is keep a humble attitude. Esau arrived at Jacob's camp, and Jacob ran out to meet Esau. Jacob kept a humble attitude and greeted his brother Esau by bowing down before him like a servant. Jacob didn't start telling Esau off. He didn't start listing all the things that Esau had done wrong by not forgiving him. But Jacob bowed before Esau in humility. And that's what we need to do. Don't go to the person that you hurt with a chip on your shoulder and mad and angry that they haven't forgiven you yet, when you haven't even asked for their forgiveness. Go to them with a humble attitude and simply say, I'm sorry, I messed up. Esau ran towards Jacob and gave him a hug. He forgave his brother, and they both celebrated as a family, and they celebrated that their family was being brought together. When two people who have been apart come together, we can call that restoration. So if you follow steps 1 through 3, you can move to this last step, which is step 4, just like Jacob and Esau did, and that's celebrating restoration. As Christians, we're not meant to be angry at each other. That's why we have to follow the example of Jacob and make the first move. Ask God for help and keep a humble attitude, and then we can celebrate that restoration when the fight is over and our friendship is together again. Isn't that awesome? I love this story so much. I love the concept of restoration. I love the concept of this family being brought back together after years and years. So it's altar time. I want you guys to gather together. I'll give you a couple seconds to get together. Reflect on this story. Think about how important it is that this family made up, that they put their differences aside and apologized even when it was difficult. So I'm going to pray over you guys, and I just want you to bow your heads and close your eyes. God, I pray that you would help them if they've made a mistake towards another family member, if they're holding unforgiveness towards another family member. I pray that you would help them make that decision and make the first move, and to keep a humble attitude like Jacob did, where he bowed down before Esau. I pray that when this is all over, they can celebrate restoration and the fact that this relationship is back to where you want it to be. In Jesus' name, amen. So I hope that there's an opportunity for you guys to celebrate this restoration throughout this week. Lastly, I have a craft, an activity that you guys can do at home, or just a way to bring the family together. And I'm really excited about it. I want you as a family to break out a board game and play together this week, more than once if you can. Break out the cards or Sorry or whatever game you want or like. It doesn't even have to be a board game, but do something together as a family. That's a game, that's fun, that'll make you guys laugh together. And I want you guys to take pictures, post them on Facebook, tag Living Waters. I'm so excited to see how you guys bond as a family this week. We love you guys. We miss you so much. I hope that you had a great week, and we'll see you next week, next Saturday at noon.